Hello, I'm John, the executive producer here at Final Show Films. I got a few notes for you before the show. First, I want to thank you all for watching. We couldn't do what we do or the amount of things that we do without the support of you, the viewer. If you want to support us financially, which we always appreciate, you can go to our Patreon page at patreon.com/fsfilms, where you can donate as little as $1 a month to help us continue this and all the things that we do. I want to give a special shout out to our $25 supporters, Antitonic, Waterflame, and Samantha Bates. Second, I want to let you all know that we here at Final Show Films are planning a little get-together up at Gen Con this year. That's August 2nd through 5th up at Indianapolis. We're going to be up there just sort of hanging out, enjoying the con, spending time together, and if any of you guys want to come up and say hi, please feel free. We don't bite unless you want us to. And if you enjoy whatever it is you're about to watch or listen to, be sure to check out our website at finalshowfilms.com, where you can find links to all of our other content, both podcast and video. And be sure to follow me at John A. Bates on Twitter for more updates on all of the content we're creating in the future. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to BreakVerse. We're going to start off by introducing our characters. Jack.
Hey everybody, I'm Jack. I'm playing Ragnar Einherjar, the Dwarven Paladin of Conquest. At least for the time being.
And Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I am playing Click Clack Kenku Rogue.
And Kat.
I am Kat, and I am playing Ska, the Wood Elf Barbarian Cleric.
All right. And this week we are missing Navarin, who plays Alistar. He pronounces it in a way I can never quite manage. Alistar, our party's half-elven, elven?
Half-elf bard.
Half-elven bard. So, last time on BreakVerse, the party ended up in a warped mirror dimension and tried to root out some mind flayers who seemed to be besieging a local Duragar house by use of mindless servants. After some ingenious thinking on Click-Clack's part allowed them to slay 3 rather irritated, mind-blasting each other mind flayers, they discovered a strange rune on the cavern wall. Upon investigating further, they determined that when damaging it, they lost their brains. So Ragnar cut it out of the wall, and then the cleric hit it with a few spells. And we left off last time with the entire party seemingly comatose.
Oops.
So, this week we start with the possibility of recovery. You guys rolled things. I need to check them now. Ragnar.
Yes.
You remember sort of taking that last clunk and almost hearing this slab of the tunnel hitting the slab you had cut from the tunnel, full of magical veins of whatever kind of ore it might have been, hitting the floor. And then nothing. Oh, I should mention, you have all had a long rest since we were last doing things, so be sure you...
Cool.
Restored any hit points, spells, etc. you may need. And you find yourself being kind of gently shaken awake. Hey. You there? Wake up. Not so loud. And you see woman, her mouth isn't moving, and you can tell now that she seems to be speaking to you telepathically. She's wearing a sort of red hood. She has short, cropped blonde hair. It seems to be halfling or potentially a very tall gnome. Hey. As you come to, you find you are in what looks to be a large cell. There's maybe 20 or 30 people here. Most of them just staring blank-faced into the distance like those mindless creatures you encountered first at the house.
Okay.
I'm glad it worked. Are you all right?
I will try to think back at her. Believe so. Seems like I'm mostly intact. What was that?
I'm not exactly sure. I was captured and brought here. I assume most of us were. I've been trying restoration magic, something. I've had intermittent luck.
I've got a bit of that magic myself from time to time. So if we still need... Sorry, who are you?
My name is Maywin. I am... I suppose you could call me a ranger, a member of a organization of soldiers who pursue into the Deepland and in the Underdark.
Alright, well, shit.
Be careful. Well, if they notice you're awake, they'll put you back under.
Right, okay. I think... And I glance around, trying to see if there's anybody else that I recognize nearby.
Make me an investigation.
Okay. That is a 9.
No, you recognize no one. You do notice you still have all of your equipment on you. Nothing seems to be missing.
Okay. Well, that's good news at least.
Yeah.
Alright, Maywin, well, I assume we're locked in here? Can't exactly just get out?
Yeah.
Right. And he will try and just get an idea of the room that he's in and what sort of entrances or exits it has.
All right. So looking around, you can mostly see these. Some are standing, some are sitting. People who are looking around, looking sort of blankly all in one direction. Sorry, Skype is trying to give me a tutorial on how to do Skype while I'm talking. I don't care, Skype. So, as you're looking, the room is basically packed, again, with somewhere between 20 and 30 people. It's a little hard to estimate. There are large bars along one wall, and the other two walls seem to be stone, potentially hard-packed earth.
Okay.
you and Maywin are about in the center of the room. She seems to have used the mass of bodies to potentially hide whatever magic she used.
And looking out there, can I see if there are any guards like directly outside the bars?
Nothing that appears to you. It looks like outside of the bars is like cave. You can see it through. You can see a few stalagmites and stalactites. You can also see that it seems like the hallway continues longer than just the room you're in, and one part of the bars looks like it may be a door.
Okay. So I'll just quietly think to her, what do you know about what's going on then? Because we knew there were mind flayers in the area, but we couldn't figure out where they wanted, we couldn't figure out what their objectives were, and so we couldn't figure out exactly how to stop them, and they use magics that we're not familiar with.
I know a fair bit about how common mind flare actions, but nothing about what this might be. My team was sent to clear a path, ensure that a certain expedition would be able to properly set down some sigils for our own protection. But we encountered more mind flayers than we expected. Our speculation at the time was that they were invading Duragar lands, trying to expand further. These creatures down here like fighting amongst each other quite a bit.
Have you come across anything that's made you question that presupposition?
The only question I have is how they managed to get everyone here. Seemed to be... I don't know. One minute I was fighting, the next I was out. With mind flayers, you'd expect to be eaten at that point, but...
Well, I'm sure to some extent they need manual labour to support their economy, but...
You still wouldn't have a brain. They have creatures, infected minds, that they consume your brain and replace it to create marionettes, essentially.
Well, I'm even less settled than I was before. Alright, so...
Weirdly, no one here, I'm sure, has those creatures at the moment.
Right. Well. Now, most of the other people around me, what's the demographic makeup?
Yeah, so most of the others look like surface folk. There's a few tieflings, quite a number of humans, a few other halflings and dwarves. One or two that you identify as Drow Duragar, but yeah.
For the most part, surface dwellers. Excellent. I'm
For the
shorter
most
than
part-
almost all of them.
Yeah, you're shorter than almost all of them, except for Maywin, who's significantly shorter than you.
Yep. So Ragnar's going to very slowly just sort of edge towards the back, where he's furthest away from the bars, and see if those walls are indeed packed earth or stone.
Sure. And we will resume with Ragnar in a moment.
Sweet.
And that would mean next, Click Clack.
Yep.
You see Ragnar break apart the stone. You kind of hear the thud before you hear nothing at all.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
When you next awake, you're standing in a small room. There are bars on 3 sides, and sort of within the cell you're currently in, there's a smaller cell. There's a smaller barred off area off to the side that seems to be empty. There's a few other people in this jail room with you, about 4 or 5. All of them seem to be awake. 2 of them, they strike you as human, are clinging to each other, or clearly deeply worried. You don't currently see anyone outside of the bars, just the few others with you in here.
Sorry. I got briefly You described the people again. I got everything else but that.
2 humans that seem to be clinging to each other.
Right, okay.
And about 5 people total. An older dwarf.
Okay.
Someone who looks gnomish, probably. They all just seem to be looking around. If you had to guess, you'd assume they woke up at the same time as you.
Okay. For the moment, I'm going to let them do their thing, sort of hear them potentially interact, maybe see if they know each other, as I start looking for the fucking way out.
Okay. Yeah. So make me, let's just say, an investigation roll.
Okay. 15.
All right, with the 15, it seems like the only door to this cage is the one that leads to that slightly smaller cage on the side of it. I'm trying to give you just a general sense of the area with...
Right, appreciate it.
Yeah. There's some sort of... So yeah, there's... The little blue square is a cage. Yeah. And from what you can... Click, clack. As I said, everyone has had a long rest.
Right. Yep. Did I not? Yeah.
No, sorry. I'm trying to handle a lot of things at once, and I wasn't sure if I had actually said that completely aloud.
Oh,
it's okay.
We got
That's
you.
sure. I was just more wondering because I know that they had technically had a long rest, and then I did spell
Everyone
slot, so I
has
wasn't
had
sure.
a long rest.
I wasn't sure if I technically had another one. That's all. Okay.
It's almost like when I say everyone, I generally mean it. So yeah, you can... The door and that sort of smaller room are barred off, but you can see a lock on sort of each of these doors.
Okay.
Outside, beyond the bars, you can see this large... It looks like some sort of ritual well or something. There's some sort of glowing blue liquid within it.
Okay.
And you can also see what looks to be some variety of large pit on the side of the room. With the investigation you made, you can't quite see where doors out of this room would be, but you're also a little ways away, and the bars do obstruct your vision.
All right. And I apologize if you said this already, but do I have my shit with me?
So you seem to have your armor, but you don't seem to have your equipment.
God damn it.
Anything you were wearing, you are still wearing. Unfortunately, you don't have your tools.
Okay. Well. Well, this is where we I'm gonna look around on the ground really quick first, see if there are any shards, small little shards of, or anything small and pokey. Very small, very thin and pokey. I'm looking
Make-
for improvised
Make me an
lockpicks.
investigation check, let's say.
Well, there's a natural 20.
So, yeah, you can find a few thin, like, rocks that you could try with, though what catches your eye is that gnomish woman you noticed before. On her headband is a small sort of cog device that has lots of little fiddly bits to it that definitely could make supplemental lock picking supplies if you'd like.
Ooh,
if you
okay.
can get it.
Vaguely consider just punching her out because this is going to be hell to try to communicate. But does not. In a weird, what's probably a fairly weird patchwork of voices.
Mm.
It's like, and this one is one of the humans, right?
No, the gnomish woman.
Oh, the gnomish woman. Sorry.
Sorry.
That's okay. That's my bad. This is... Let's see. Nope. Okay. Then I will try and... Well, I don't really have a choice.
Most people speak at least common or
Yeah.
undercommon.
Yeah. So I think I'll probably have these words in common. So, hi. Point at the thing. Need that. Door out.
She looks at you, sort of pulls the thing off her head, and you see it's attached to like a small headband, essentially.
Okay.
That's this one, just to clarify.
Okay.
Looks a little hesitant, but twists a few things and it sort of disassembles very quickly and hands the parts to you.
Ah.
If you're sure.
And I will take those and turn to the door and do my best to not jam this shit into the lock.
Okay. I want you to make me a lock picking check. It will be harder because it's improvised, but you, with a natural 20 to find something useful, you find something fairly useful.
21.
That's enough, yeah.
Ding.
You sort of flip the stuff in, slide the lock open.
Ba-ba-da-dum. Open the door, move to the next door.
And yeah, as you're moving to the next door, you hear the human woman with you sort of gasp and whisper something to the guy with her pointing off to the side, where you see a collection of curse these handouts and not having things perfectly easy to get. 3 mind flayers enter from a door sort of on the far side over here.
in a low, drawn out, like sort of almost murmur. Fuck.
Seeing
Meh.
that you have undone the door, they seem to confer with each other.
I wave at them and go to work on the next one.
Of course you're going to do that. Well, they've got to move over there, so make me a lockpicking check.
Sweet! 23!
Yeah. Click, clack. As you're working on the lock, you can hear some of their conversation just psychically reverberating near you. Not this one first, the other one. And this one seems too intuitive. We need to be sure the process is complete before experimenting with additional variables. And you fling the door open in their face.
Caca, motherfuckers.
Whose voice?
Have I gotten Alistar to say it yet?
And we have not gotten Alistar to say it yet, I
Okay,
don't
then it
think.
would be Ragnar's.
Yes!
And I'm gonna try. This is gonna be fun. I am going to try to be super acrobatic and jump, like, do a run, jump, leap over them.
Yep. I want you to make me... I'm going to make it an acrobatics check, and I'm just going to say roll pretty well.
Okay. I'm gonna check something. Okay, no. And how's it 29?
Damn!
You know, this is going to come back to bite you later, but it's
I'm
fine
well-
right
Who
now.
are you and what have you done with Jeremy?
No,
Rogues, man.
Click Clack tends to roll pretty well on certain
Yeah.
things. So yeah,
Audacity.
Click Clack, you just sort of fling the door open in their face. And then, using your birdish features for a bit of an advantage, just flip past them. One of the mind flayers is gonna make a grab for you, so...
That's fine. Yeah, I should have tried to punch him first because then he doesn't get an opportunity attack against me.
That would have been fine, but you would have needed to tell me in advance that you
Yeah.
wanted to do that. I'm sad because there's a Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds clip for you kneeing someone in the face while you flip past them. I'm assuming a 26 hits, Click Clack.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Make me an intelligence saving throw.
There shouldn't be that +5, but a 20.
But a 20 still succeeds. So you are grappled, but you are not stunned. As
Okay.
one of the mind flayers sort of comes after you. You complete perfect landing, and then, like, the tentacles
There's
from
just this
behind
grab
yank
on your
you.
head.
Okay, I have an odd question.
Shoot.
You said I have everything that I would be wearing. Would that include a pair of glasses?
Just Click Clack. Yeah.
Okay. So it's probably not going to work, but we'll give it a shot. This one who has grabbed me I am going to expend a charge for my Eyes of Charming to try and charm him.
Okay. I am going to rule that as a magical effect.
Here's the question, though. Here's the question: is a mind flayer classified as a humanoid?
No, it's an aberration.
Oh, good point. I would
Sorry.
Would I have known that realistically?
Yeah, living in the Underdark, you would definitively know what is
so I
and
don't
isn't
waste my
humanoid
action.
enough.
I don't waste my action doing that.
Sorry.
That's okay. I will attempt to acrobatics my way out of this grapple.
Okay. Make your roll.
25.
Yeah, you're fine.
And he's torn because he wants to be the hero and protect these people, but he can't do that unless he has his weaponry. So he's takes an interact action to sort of what would be a good, probably in undercommon, so they probably don't understand it. Yell, "I'll be back!" And I am spending my move to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Cool. Ignore the blue circle I was making.
They came from here, therefore there must be a door somewhere.
Yes, they did
up
come
there.
from that way. You're right. I don't know about your conclusion, but your logic is sound. Okay. Well, then it's gonna be their turn.
And here's where I get mind blasted into oblivion.
They don't really feel like mind blasting each other, and you haven't actually bothered them all that much, so
We've got a runner.
they can get over to you. Cool. And they will all... And these two will use... There. Get there. And... Click Clack's got 3 attacks coming at him.
Okay. That's the thing.
Okay. 22, 18, and 20.
I want to see if there's anything I can do.
Fine.
Probably not, but... Nope, 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 nope. And... Oh, shit, I should have used my bonus action to run further because I can dash. Oh, well.
Sorry, you would have needed
okay.
to tell me in
Yeah,
advance.
no, it's fine. It's fine. I completely forgot. Been a while since I've played a rogue. So,
That's fair.
Nope. I get hit 3 times.
Okay. You're gonna need to make me 3 intelligence saves.
15, 12, and 22.
And one of those is a failure. So even though they're pulling their punches and not hurting you, you are stunned.
Okay.
Until the grapple ends, so.
That made that simple.
So we're gonna move over to Ska for a moment.
All right.
Ska, after having let that last guiding bolt hit a magical stone, you wake up in what seems to be a small stone room with a domed roof. There's no one around. You have all of your equipment, as far as you can tell. Oh, and one of your ankles seems to be chained to the wall.
Oh, goody.
You can see near the roof a small glowing red orb. But other than that, the room is dark and featureless.
Okay. Can I check the chain and see how well it's attached to the wall?
Sure. Are you just yanking on it, or are you trying to investigate?
I'm trying to investigate it.
Okay, investigation.
Okay. That's a 3.
It's a little hard to tell. It seems pretty securely in there, but unfortunately, even though you have low light vision, you're working with about a candle's worth of light right now. And you don't want to test it too much because it is attached to you.
Yeah.
You don't want to accidentally yank your foot.
Is there a door that I can see?
Not that you can tell, no.
Great. Magical cage. Okay. Let's see.
I should specify, it changes the wall so it's hard to move particularly far, but it doesn't inhibit your movement at all.
Okay. I always wind up in the tiny rooms with okay, what do I do now? I'm gonna try and walk the perimeter of the room if I can.
Yeah, sure.
Just
you can't make it quite to the far wall, just because of the length of the chain, but you can walk most of the perimeter and then get about within 2 or 3 feet of the far wall.
So that's probably where the magical door is.
You can reach out and touch it, but you can't walk next to it.
Okay. Can I see if I can hear anything outside of this little room that I'm in?
Sure, make me a perception check.
A 10. I'm rolling like shit tonight.
And you don't hear anything outside of the room, though the orb that I mentioned before, that's sort of very softly glowing on the top of this dome, lets out a small, consistent, just sound.
Uh-huh. And I have all of my weapons and everything?
You have all of your weapons, all your stuff.
Okay. I'm gonna try to touch the orb with my greatsword.
Okay. Yeah, you can just barely poke it with the edge of your greatsword. It's a little out of slashing reach, but you can stand up and try and poke at it.
I just want to kind of poke at it and see if anything happens.
As you poke at it, you hear that every time you poke it, it seems to yelp a little bit.
Okay.
Or at least that's the closest analogy I can make for the sound.
Okay. Well, she'll just kind of call out then.
Okay.
Hello? Anybody there? It's awful dark in here.
as you call out, you see the smile before you see the form of your patron deity just sort of shimmer into existence next to you. He says nothing, and he still has that visage that, like, from a physical perspective, is definitively Anders. But from the perspective of this person is widely smiling and looking directly at you.
Not so much the Anders.
Yeah.
How do I get out of here?
Right. Piercing smile.
You're no help. Okay. Well, I'm gonna try and touch the image of my patron.
Okay. As you reach out, do you just like try and tap him?
Yeah, I'm just trying to like
Yeah.
touch him.
He seems to be physically there. And as you sort of tap, he'll take your hand in his. Whatever would you like to request, dear?
I would like to not be here anymore. I would like to be back home, where I was before we got here.
Well, you have put your trust in me, have you?
I guess I have.
Good. And he'll just sort of lean over your shoulder and whisper in your ear. Stop trying at things. Stop thinking. Just let me do the work. And the world around you shudders and shimmers. And you see flashes of various places. A grove you don't recognize. A room in a hotel, that room where you'd set up the shrine to Anders in the tower, that a place where you had killed those mind flayers, other locations that you have been across your journey. Take your pick. I can't decide where home is for you, but I can certainly leave you wherever you'd like.
At the moment, wherever Ragnar is.
Very well. And that's where we're going to leave that scene for the moment.
Oh, man.
Click clack.
Mm-hmm.
You, sort of stunned, are escorted by the one mind flayer that really managed to get you back into the cage. They don't seem too concerned about the doors being opened, particularly because the other people did not seem quite as brave as you were.
Right.
They make a grab for the gnomish woman, who ducks away unsuccessfully as she starts to be dragged towards this. I don't know why that blue circle will not leave. Oh, I deleted Click Clack, but I also deleted the stupid circle, so we can just bring Click Clack back. Right. You see them sort of push her head into this glowing blue liquid that brightly flashes, illuminating the entire room.
And I'm still stunned at this point, correct?
Yeah, you're going to be stunned for just a little
That's
bit
fine.
longer. And sort of as the stun fades, you see her sort of being pulled back out of this well. Blue, it's almost like her veins are now glowing with whatever was in there. She's coughing up. Again, it seems like that blue liquid that was in there, shaking her head. No, what? No! As one of the mind flayers starts looking her over, you're pushed back into the main area of the cage. And as the stun wears off, that mind flayer is trying to shut and lock the door where you are.
Okay. 11 for now.
Okay.
And I will simply mimic the sound of whatever the Underdark version of a chicken is.
Mouth equivalent of a chicken. I feel like it has fangs for some reason.
It's conceivable. Or maybe it's just a chicken. But whatever it is, that mind flayer
The
is
chicken
being
that hasn't
mocked.
seen the sun in a very long time.
Yes, that mind flayer is being mocked with the sound.
Okay. Wait, is that a spell you have? No.
No, I am perfectly able to mimic anything I have ever heard.
No, I was trying to figure out if you had Vicious Mockery, the spell.
Oh, no.
In addition.
No.
Okay.
I
Because
wish.
that I wasn't sure.
Otherwise, I wouldn't have bothered to leave the cell. I just would have kept mocking them until they ran away.
That's fair.
Or they stunned, or they mind blasted me into oblivion.
No, they were trying to keep the other test subjects alive. Yeah. You see those veins start to pulse, her eyes start to glow, and they just seem to be examining her. You're not exactly sure what they're looking for, as this interior door and then the exterior door are locked.
Mm-hmm.
After about a minute, whatever transformation she's undergoing seems to be complete. They look her over a little more before pulling her over to that pit you saw previously and just shoving her in there. By that point, she isn't even screaming anymore.
He does not seem happy, but he is not going to try anything while they are here.
Probably smart.
That didn't work well last time. He only does the stupid things once. Unless it would be really cool to do it twice.
All right. So after that, they lock the doors back up. Stay, you hear whispered into all of your minds.
I mimic the sound of somebody doing a raspberry.
Stay, and you may become glorious as cogs in the grand machine.
Yawn.
And they're gonna leave.
Okay.
And click clack. What are you doing?
If I still can, I'm going to wait until they're gone. I'm going
Yeah,
to watch
easy
how
enough.
they leave.
They seem to walk over to this far area. And head out that door.
Okay. So there is a door there. Perfect. I'm going to wait until they leave. Hey,
Mhm.
sort of leans back. 4, 3, 2, 0. And they haven't come back in. So
Nope.
it's going to go back to picking the lock.
Okay. Given you have already picked these specific locks before, just make it with advantage.
Okay. 25
Yeah.
and 21.
You get both of the doors back open.
Doopy doopy doo. Oh. I
You're-
look back to the others
Yeah.
and I put my hands out as if to say, stay. Understanding that they may not be able to figure out what I'm doing, what I mean. And
They don't seem like they're going anywhere, especially the two humans seem very scared.
thumbs up. I'm walking over to the pit.
Okay. You peek into the pit and you can see this woman's body clearly splattered across the ground. This pit goes down maybe 30 feet, maybe even further.
And this is the point where the birds start scouring the room for anything that can be used as a weapon.
Make me an investigation check.
Nine.
There's a lot of rocks, many of which are pointy. There's a large pit that seems like it would be dangerous to fall into.
Mm-hmm.
And there is this sort of large well altar thing with glowing blue liquid within.
Okay.
That's what you can find with the 9.
Are there
But-
any other exits beyond the one that Squid Boys left?
None that you can find. Then again, if you didn't know that they had exited through it, you might not have seen that door.
Can I get a separate investigation to
Sure.
make my way around the wall?
Yeah. Make me an investigation. Just be aware this will take a while for you to
Yeah.
do this carefully.
9.
Unfortunately, none of the other parts of the wall have, like... You find a thin crease over where this door is, and I'll just mark it on the map for your convenience. It is pretty hidden, and you're not exactly sure how it opens, but you can find the sort of thin slit of where the door slides out.
Okay.
You don't, unfortunately, find any others. The mind flares are gone. I just left them on the map because I don't
Yeah.
feel like pulling them back. With that, we're going to transition back to Ska. Actually, no, we're going to transition to Ragnar first.
Okay.
So make me a stealth check to get to that back wall unseen.
All right. And I still have my armor on?
You still have your armor on.
That's a 7.
Taking it off would be very challenging at this point. Okay. You definitely clank a lot, but nothing seems to come for you right at this second.
Squeak, 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 squeak. And then I'm looking at the wall to try and figure out, all right, is this stone? Is it packed earth? What are we looking at materials-wise here?
Yeah, make me. I believe Stone Sense is history, whatever it.
Yes, the history with double proficiency. So
Okay.
add 6 to this. Whoops, sorry, not supposed to be a disadvantage, but 15.
All right. With the 15, it seems like this was natural cave wall and it was just like carved back into.
Uh-huh.
Um, it's definitely not perfectly flat. But your best guess is that you're underground.
And
And that
it is stone. It's not dirt.
it is stone.
Yeah, that's
Or
out.
if it was ever packed earth, there was a lot of pressure on it for quite a long time.
Mm-hmm. And it became sedimentary, possibly metamorphic. Okay. In that case, we are going to make our way to the door.
Sure.
Just to see if anybody's out there.
Are you gonna try and be stealthy about it?
He might give it a try. Never know. Hey, 14.
Okay. Sure. So yeah, you head to the door, sort of the entire wall is essentially caged. It's a little challenging because you're squeaking a little bit and you're making your way through a throng of people.
Right.
And you arrive, the bars are definitely too thinly spaced for you to slip through. There is a lock on the door part of it that you determined before. And as you're there, I just want you to make me a perception check.
Okay. Dark vision coming up. 3! I'm looking at the door.
Yeah. So you're looking at the door and you're sort of like leaning a little bit out into the hall as much as you can to try and see if, is anyone coming down?
Mm-hmm.
And as you're looking, you're like, okay, stalagmite, stalactite. There's definitely places someone could be hiding here if they were like a hidden guard. Oh, hey, that stalactite has teeth.
Okay, cool.
And you see, you have encountered, what are they called?
Ropers?
Ropers before.
Ropers or dark mantles? Sorry, the dark mantles are the ones that drop down on you from the ceiling. The ropers are the ones with the big long tentacles that yank you in.
Dark mantles.
Okay.
Sorry. You have encountered dark mantles before. This one looks different. It still has those sort of gnashing teeth, but it has several rows of them. And beyond that, like, it started to unfurl these tentacle-esque appendages in your direction, one of which is holding a glowing stone.
Huh. All right. Now the door that I was looking at, I'm assuming it's just got a single lock on it, yeah?
Yeah, it's like a large metal padlock.
Cool. We are shouldering that sucker open. Can I make an athletics check to break the door?
I'd like you to make me an initiative check first.
That's fair.
Because you kind of entered combat.
That's a 9.
Okay. Well. You know, they have a low dex, but I'm still going first with an 18.
Yep.
Yeah. So this sort of glowing stone is shoved into your face. I'd like you to make me a... Probably should have pulled this out. I should have known you would do this.
Yes, you should have.
Like you to make me an intelligence saving throw.
God damn it, always the worst ones. That's a 10.
Okay.
Fuck, I'm rolling like shit today.
All You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And you stagger back. You manage to shrug off whatever. You can feel that same potential effect of, like, the wall that initially imprisoned you here.
Mm-hmm.
But you manage to shrug it off at this time.
Okay.
You
Cool.
still take the damage, but
Yeah. Nope. I will definitely take that. Yeah. So Ragnar will stagger back, and then he will just lower his shoulder and run himself, because he's in plate armor, full force into this door to try and snap that bolt open.
gonna need to make me an athletics check.
Okay. Come on, don't.
It will be slightly easier given you're pretty heavy right now, but
27. Almost a crit.
apparently you don't need that. Dice really don't like letting you guys stay in prison, do they?
Nope.
So you shoulder check the door, pushing it open. That is your action. Do you want to do anything with your bonus or your...
He wants to look around for anything he can use as an improvised weapon. Because I'm assuming he doesn't have any of his weapons on him.
I think I said you had all of your stuff.
Oh, if I've got all my stuff, then fuck yeah.
Yeah, click-clack did. You did.
Sunblade is out. Bonus action to cast Wrathful Smite on it.
Okay.
Come at me, bro.
Okay. The Urifoin, however that's actually supposed to be pronounced, is going to try again.
I do not know how it's spelled, so I couldn't tell you.
Urifoin.
Urafian.
Alright. It's a third edition monster that's associated with Mind Flayers.
Yep.
With a poorly spelled name. It's gonna try and make a tendril attack, I guess. Oh wait, it's got multi-attack. Gets to make 25?
25 hits.
Okay. Oh, I rolled well. You take 27 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And make me a grapple roll, so acrobatics or athletics.
That's gonna be athletics for me. Only 11 that time, Jesus.
Well, it's a roll off, so yeah, with the 17 he beats you.
Yep.
So you take 27 points and you're grappled.
Okay.
You're gonna use the second attack to shove that thing in your face again. Oh.
I feel like it's less like he grabbed me with his tentacle and just stabbed it through me.
Yeah, a little bit. So make me an intelligence save.
25 that time.
25 is fine. You take one more point of bludgeoning damage and again resist the effect of this rock.
Okay. But he tried to shove that rock in my face, right?
Yeah, twice.
Is it still close enough to my face that I can literally lop that tentacle off?
Yeah. You can attack the tentacle, yes.
All right. Is there any other modifiers to that, or?
Each tendril can be attacked, and I have stats for each
Okay.
individual tendril.
Sounds good. 27 to hit.
27 will hit the tendril.
All right. So he takes 13 radiant damage, plus the Wrathful Smite goes off. He takes an extra 1 psychic damage, and he has to make a DC 16 save or be frightened of me. Also, he gets disadvantage on that save because he's definitely within my aura of conquest now.
Okay. So it seems like that psychic damage didn't do anything to it, just from your own sense of your magical abilities.
That's fair. I'm mostly trying to scare him.
But it does fail the wisdom save, so it is frightened of you.
Okay. Sounds good. Was that enough to sever the tentacle?
That was definitely enough to sever the tentacle. The stone clashes down onto the floor, which is far enough that it takes damage, meaning that the Mind Flayer is going to have to make an interesting save. Or, not a Mind Flayer.
Right.
Earthling. Which it spectacularly fails.
Okay.
So it is now staring in the direction of the wall. Same direction as all of the people that haven't yet been attacked are.
I am running up to the thing. Well, how far away is the thing from me? Like, was its tentacle fully extended to the probably, 30 or 50 feet or something?
You're within 10 feet of it.
Oh, I am running up and just jamming this blade through its fucking eyeball.
Okay.
Is it considered stunned or helpless or incapacitated or anything at the time?
It is considered incapacitated.
Alright, so I think that means I get advantage on the attack, right? No, it just can't take actions or reactions. Okay.
Yeah. It can't do anything, unfortunately.
Alright. Well, that's fine. I'm okay with that. Stab, 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 stab. Ho-ho! There, now we're talking.
Yep.
27 radiant.
Yeah, that'll hurt. So that's your second attack for
That's my
turn,
second
correct?
attack for my turn,
Okay.
yes.
So after that, a arrow whizzes behind you.
Hey, how'd it go, Maywin?
I mean, she has an attack bonus, so she's gonna hit. Let me check the snake attack table, because I did not put that in right. Ooh, that's not bad.
Love a good sneak attack, Archer.
Yep. So that's 3d6. Because Rogue Rangers split their abilities between two classes.
Rogue Rangers are the best.
Plus the damage from the arrow. Okay. Sinking in and doing a fair bit more damage to it.
Okay. Is it responding?
Definitely seems to be getting hurt, but doesn't seem to be reacting to you.
We're gonna keep this blender rolling.
Okay.
24 and 17.
Both will hit. Oh, wait, the 24 will hit, the 17 will miss.
All right. So that's another 13 radiant damage to it.
Okay.
And let's see. I used a Wrathful Smite. So. And for my bonus action, fuck it. We're casting Spiritual Weapon.
Okay.
Why the fuck not?
Because why the fuck not? That's
Make
right.
your spiritual weapon attack.
All right. second here. $15's a miss, right?
15's a miss. Sorry.
Nah, it's all good. Okay, so that's the end of my turn. Yes.
Yeah, that would, unless you've got any movements you wanted to make or anything.
No.
Sure. Yeah, and she'll roll. She'll miss. Maywin does not manage to hit, so it is back to you. And given the way things are going, I'm just gonna say you smash it a few more times.
Right, I was
and
gonna.
it explodes.
That's fair.
It's defenseless, so it feels a little gratuitous to make you roll.
That is reasonable.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
Yep.
And then I just sort of turn to look at Maywin with a sort of like shrug, and then start looking for doors out of this room.
Okay. Yeah, this is a hallway that seems to extend in either direction. There are more stalagmites and stalactites, though none of them have attacked you at this time.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be sure which of them may be secretly aberrations, though.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that is a concern.
And at this point, we're gonna go to Ska. Ska, you sort of hear that soft voice of encouragement and praise from your patron. And you are underwater. You cannot breathe. You don't know which direction the surface is. You can kind of see what's going on, but not clearly. There's definitely some level of tide pulling you in a few different directions.
Oh, God.
Well, that's a problem.
That is not what I meant.
And oh dear God, where am I?
Yeah.
I mean, if it really is Anders, that's Oblivion, so that would actually kind of fit.
True.
Anders just decided to smile a lot and troll people after his death.
Go ahead. Yeah. No, go in there. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, this is going to be great. No, I'm pulling for you. Really, I am.
Oh, man. Jeremy, you've ruined me.
Maybe that is what's going on. Maybe I've arranged this all with Jeremy.
I mean, you don't have to have. You could be doing this on your by yourself. And
yeah, I try not to NPC people's characters too often.
I mean, he's dead. He's not my
dead,
character
so-
anymore.
That's true.
This
That's true.
is fair.
Oh, man.
Fucking John turned Nerali into some evil psychotic bitch after she just wandered off. So
I may or may not have arranged some things with Jeremy. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Kat, what are you doing?
Trying not to drown, apparently.
Just make me a quick wisdom check.
Wisdom check, not saving
Or-
throw. Okay. Which one?
Any of your wisdom abilities, if you have proficiency in any of them, use it.
Survival.
Okay, that's fitting.
You're trying to survive. Well done.
Are you kidding me? An 8.
All right.
I think I rolled a 3.
yeah.
Dice hate me tonight.
Me too.
Sorry.
It's okay.
You. With an 8, you know your patron probably, or your god probably sent you here for some reason, and this is probably on some level or another either where Ragnar is or the way to get to Ragnar, but that's all you can really determine. Okay, make me an athletics to try and swim.
Okay.
You're not wearing heavy armor, are you?
No, I don't think I'm wearing any armor, actually.
Barbarians usually don't wear any armor.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I could have sworn,
Nope.
like, first level you chose to, but never mind.
Nope.
No barbarians wear armor unless they're Maras.
Yes.
Well, poor Mara does not have the stats to not wear armor.
Nope.
No.
This is
18
why
for
hopes are
athletics.
amazing.
Yeah, with an 18, you don't know where the surface is, so you're just trying to aim for not getting entirely pushed around by the wave, so you're just swimming in some direction. But you're moving under your own power at the moment. You don't have a ton of breath left in your lungs, but you're using what you've got.
Well, can I... Okay. It seems counterintuitive, but can I just stop moving and see where I float to?
Yeah. Yeah, as you stop, like, trying to swim and trying to push yourself, you're still being pushed under by what feels to you, and you haven't done tons of swimming because you grew up mostly in the forest, like kind of tidal pressures. You feel yourself pushed one direction and then another, but as you're not necessarily fighting it, eventually you find yourself sort of letting these tides push you in different directions, and sopping wet, you fall somewhere that's got a floor. Ragnar.
Yep.
As you and Maywin start heading on, Scott falls out of the ceiling, dripping wet and coughing up water.
Go check, make sure she's okay.
Medicine? Scott, you're aware of this.
I mean, I'll roll it, but no. That's a 5. Smack her on the back a few times.
She seems to be breathing enough to be coughing, but that's all you got.
Okay. Coughing means they're not choking, so that's a good sign.
With a 5. She's clearly choking. Give her the Heimlich incorrectly. That will fix things.
Yeah.
I mean, Ragnar's a boatman. I assume he knows that the Heimlich's not necessarily for water.
Yeah, no. Mm.
Yeah.
You want compressions for water. Get it out of the lungs.
Yeah, hug her. That'll make it better.
No. You lay them on their back and you jump on their torso.
Ska and Ragnar.
Yes.
Where did you spring from?
I wish I knew.
Ragnar, pulls out his greatsword, which is longer and larger than his sunblade, and tries to see if he can reach the ceiling to prod at it.
Yeah, you can probably reach the ceiling. It feels like stone.
I was in a...
Sheaths it. That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know where I was, but then I wanted to be where you were, and I wound up in water, and now I'm here.
Right. Well, that's, transparent as mud. Appreciate it. Must have had a rather confusing time since you woke up, I suppose.
Yeah, kind of.
Alright, well, just to make sure you're not an illusion or an impersonator or something like that, I have a few questions for you. What's my brother's name?
Einar.
What's the name of the town where the tower is at?
Mirrorshore.
Who is arguably the most useless person in our current group?
Alistar.
Alright, it's you.
Wait a minute. Arguably?
Every once in a while, Alistar has come through in the clutch.
Right,
And there have
but-
been some times where Ragnar has made a dumb choice because he thought he did not consider that there might be other options available.
Yeah.
But Ragnar
Speaking
knows
of-
how Ska would answer.
Right.
Yes.
Maywin behind you. Sky, you don't hear this, but Ragnar in your head, you hear Maywin's voice. Don't concern yourself too much. Her brain is still there, or at least hasn't been replaced.
Do I see her?
Yeah, you see halfling woman being from Halvard, you would actually recognize the red cloaks of the Frontier Rangers.
Okay.
They don't necessarily have the friendliest relationships with the barbarian tribes, but mostly they patrol around for more dangerous cosmic threats. You think your tribe has helped them in the past with some kind of incursion from a plane, but like it was a long time ago, and you're not entirely sure what the
This is
relationship
Maywin.
was.
She's been doing some investigation on what these mind flayers are up to. And she's very intent that we should all remain as quiet as possible.
Okay.
Sorry, Maywin.
Scott, you'd also probably recognize her specifically as a ghostwise halfling. Halflings that have some sort of inherent psychic ability.
Cool. All right.
Have you
Skull then
seen
kind of
Click Clack out of the bard?
no.
Alright, I'll have to hunt these bastards down.
I woke up and there was no one around me, and now
Oh.
I'm here.
How are you
So-
feeling otherwise?
Surprisingly well.
Good, good. You've got to watch out. Some of these stone outcroppings have tentacles and jaws, and they try and kill ya.
Oh, good to know.
And you'll notice Ragnar's got a little bit of blood running down the side of his face from some level of injury.
Alright.
On a scale
At
of,
that
like,
mo-
say, arbitrarily 1 to 82, he's probably about a 51.
At that moment, we're gonna skip back to Click Clack.
Yes!
Click Clack, you know there's that one door, but you haven't seen any others.
Then guess who's going through that motherfucking door?
Okay.
What's behind door number 1?
Just gonna try and pick it, or...
I'm gonna try to figure out how to open it. Yeah,
Okay.
if it's a lock that needs picking, I will pick the shit
Make
out of that.
me an investigation. Just...
14.
So, you don't see any obvious, like, locking mechanism, but you also can't, like, just shove it aside. You do see some level of runing on the side of the door. You suspect there's some kind of trap here.
Oh fuck it! If anybody's gonna set off a trap, gonna set off a trap that on a door, it might as well be the person with evasion. I'm gonna try to actually let me Arcana roll first. You never know. I will Arcana to see if I can figure out what the trap is.
Okay.
20.
With the 20, it seems to be some moderately powerful, not incredibly powerful, evocation-related magic.
Okay, so it's gonna blow something up big.
That's your main
Probably.
guess. And with a 20 Arcana, you're pretty sure that, like, someone with the correct, essentially mystic abilities would just be able to open the door through this mechanism.
Well, that's not gonna be me, so I punched the glyph.
Okay. Roll me a dexterity save.
Bam!
I don't feel like making you.
I like how you
punch a
didn't
glyph.
like
It's pretty
grab
easy.
one of the previously mentioned sharp rocks or anything. No, I'm gonna monk my way out of this shit.
Yep. Oh, of course.
Fuck yes.
I'm pretty sure evasion still works on a natural one,
Oh,
but
yeah.
Yes, I still only take half damage.
uh,
I mean, that makes sense. I didn't, like, hit it and prepare to jump. I just was like, all right. Boom!
Click
I
Clack
don't
is that
think you can
person
evade
that
that.
finds the big red button and immediately sits on it.
Yep.
I didn't think I was going to get to use this. I'm very excited. All right. You take 28 halved, I believe, to
Okay, so-
14 acid damage.
Quack!
As the wall sort of explodes with this disgusting black liquid that sparks and fizzles your feathers where it hits.
Man, I'm certainly glad that when we leveled up between last game and now, I rolled minimum hit points.
Hey, you got evasion.
Yeah, this is also true, yes. And that's a good thing, too. Kate, I flap, try to get all the acid off as quickly as possible. Cursing in a variety of hodgepodge, sewn together, profane.
I feel like there's bits of it where one word starts and a different word sort of starts in the middle of it because two people were talking.
Right, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. And I look back at the door.
It
Disapprovingly?
It seems to have actually opened with that. Though it's definitely unlocked, but it's still a heavy chunk of stone that will need to be pushed out of the way.
So at that point, I look back to the people in the cell. What are they doing right now?
The two humans seem to be whispering to each other, quite concerned. The dwarven woman seems to just be watching you, pretty amused.
Do any of them look like wizards? If so, hire them now.
Let's see. Let me check.
I'm not there.
I'm
not there.
The human woman, you're not entirely sure. The human man looks like some kind of hunter. The dwarven woman also looks like some variety of fighter.
Okay. So he just looks back, he puts on a big smile, and puts his thumbs up. Like that was the plan all along.
Okay. I'm just gonna pop their names into
Cool.
names and pictures so you can see all of them.
Say, any you boys, Smithies?
The dwarven woman
per
will
se, were you otherwise trained in the metallurgic arts before straitened circumstances forced you into life aimless wandering?
give you a little bit of round of applause.
He's going to gesture as if
Preacher said it absolved. For him, not for the law.
The two humans go back to sort of nervous whispering.
Say,
As the dwarven
any
woman
boys,
walks up to them,
Smithies.
takes each by the ear, and starts dragging them out of the cage
Not
with
Smithies
her.
per se, were you otherwise trained in the
this woman.
metallurgic arts before straitened circumstances forced you into life aimless wandering.
They all manage
course.
to keep fairly quiet.
He putting the finger up is for dramatic effect only
With
because
the
he
Wix
doesn't have
Logo
to
Maker,
do that.
you can create a professional logo for
But
your
he
brand.
does.
Go
And
to
then
Wix.com.
let's start creeping out the door to where the mind flares went, because this is clearly the best idea.
All right.
But they was witnesses seen us redeemed.
That's not the issue, Delmer.
And I am stealthing my ass off.
Mississippi's a little more hard-nosed.
You
Okay.
should have joined us, Everett. It couldn't have hurt none.
I am doing a relatively shitty job for a rogue of stealthing.
Somebody else is doing much better at something else.
No, I'm just rolling their stealth checks. Oh wait, no, her stealth is not bad.
Right, so the dude looked huntery. The old lady looked like what again?
Some variety of fighter. She's clearly muscled, though without any weapons, it's a little hard to tell exactly what she.
And the girl in green, it's a little hard to tell as well.
Yeah, the girl in green seems to be wearing some sort of light, maybe leather armor.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, and her clothes, no, you can't really get a guess of what her class or profession may be. Yeah. And so the two women have no problem with stealthing. The guy in furs seems to be having a little more trouble than Click Clack is. And sort of stumbles as you head out over some of the smaller rocks. Fortunately, doesn't seem to immediately attract any attention.
I will be a ways ahead, so when we do encounter our death, I will meet it first.
Okay.
Where
And
you
you
will walk up
rogue
to
ahead.
it, shake its hand, ask it how its day is going, and then stab it in the guts.
Yep.
As you rogue ahead, that is where we're gonna take a quick break.
Alright, gang, back in a few. And we're back.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back from break. So, as previously mentioned, prior to break, Ragnar and Ska were headed down a hallway, and Click Clack and the party of NPCs were headed down a different hallway. Turns out those are the same hallways. So
I was literally about to say, but were they the same hallway the whole
time?
So yeah, as you were moving, Ragnar and Ska make me perception checks.
Yes, this is where we get to see if I accidentally reactionarily stab somebody. Because Ragnar's walking in front.
A 23 for me. Yay!
A 17 for me. Damn.
Okay. With a 23 and a 17, you both see a shadowy figure kind of hugging the corners of the hallway, dashing down it.
Shh. Ragnar pulls back and gets ready to ambush this motherfucker.
Okay. You guys weren't trying to stealth. So Click Clack, as you go further up the hallway, you can see the outlines of two, clearly not, actually three, clearly not illithid figures in the hall.
And then one of them drops off to the side to hide.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The tall one does not.
Okay, so he does.
And I am hiding like a motherfucker. You can't see me with a 10.
So he made his relative wisdom save, so he does not try to sneak up and play a joke.
Oh.
Sort of around, steps out, and waves his hands.
Cap. You
Skull
guys
just
can
kind of-
see Click Clack.
Skull kind of turning and
Call, motherfucker!
Yeah.
Caw, motherfucker.
I thought we were trying to be quiet.
It's
The
Click
third
Clack!
person with those two just puts a finger to her lips. They're still around.
Alright. Click Clack, you brought friends. And he almost goes, well, introduce, but then stops himself and doesn't actually say anything. Hi, you lot. What's your names?
The humans go back to whispering between each other. The dwarven woman steps forward. Amabel. Oh.
Amabel, pleasure. Ragnar Einherjar myself. This is Ska. And Maewyn. What about the other two?
Oh no.
Sorry.
Sylvester
That
gets
should
a
have
phone
been
call.
off.
I was gonna say, Click Clack,
Yeah,
stop
well,
making noise.
whoever called me can wait. The woman steps for. The woman who was with Click Clack steps forward, pulls down her hood. Her features are clearly human under the hood. Zhao Win, and this is the Stir by Night.
Alright, well, I recommend that we wait on life stories and the like until we figure our way out to this place.
Thumbs up.
Do you have any plan for how we're going to get out?
My plans tend to be a little on the straightforward and violent side. If you've alternate suggestions, I'd be happy to hear them.
Do you know how we got in?
Mind Flayer magic zombied us all out, and then we eventually woke up in here. Maewyn
So
here
do you
was
know
the
where
one
the
who...
exit is?
Not a bloody clue. And Ragnar starts looking
Sylvester
around
will
for
just
any sort of...
shrug and grunt.
Ragnar will start looking around for anything that might hint at exits. Airflow, water, anything like that.
Make me a nature roll.
15.
You're deep underground. There really isn't much of any airflow that you can detect. You can hear the occasional sounds, but aside from knowing that there's the way Click Clack came from and the way you came from, you're not entirely sure where you're able to go from here. Especially not where might lead out, given that out could be deeper down or some sort of surface exit.
Okay. My guess is if we can find ourselves an exit, we'll probably need to start looking for... Oh wait, have I been noticing, do these illithid levitate, or do they actually walk on the ground?
The ones you've seen walked on the ground, but you haven't seen any since you got here.
Right. Have to look and see if there's any sort of well-traveled areas or that sort of thing. Those usually lead to entrances and exits.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Whoever would like to track things, make me a survival roll.
I will do that.
I will
give it a
try.
shot.
Boom!
Wow. That is
a-
the best thing I've ever seen.
That, folks, is a -1.
Which is a natural one. So, Click Clack. You are looking at the ground and you are confident that you have found a well-traveled path headed mostly in the direction Ragnar came from and turning into a wall about 30 feet in front of you.
Bump, 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 bump. I assume.
Ragnar, you don't see really any tracks. There's a lot of like loose stones in the area you're in, but aside from the paths where your group has come from, you don't really see any evidence that this area is traveled by foot.
Okay.
Click Clack
Natural 20
seems to find the
gets
wall
you.
interesting, though.
Natural 20 gets you, you're fucked. That's what that gets you. You got nothing.
Yeah, well, it happens.
Oh,
Natural
man.
20 gets you the correct answer.
Yep. Fuck. An 8 gets me nothing, and I'm okay with that.
Alright, well, looks like we'll just have to do a systemized search of the area. Has anybody seen any of our guards coming and going? Because the only thing I ran into was a big, rocky tentacle monster that we killed.
Hold up 3 fingers.
You saw 3 of them.
Annabelle will speak up. Some sort of ritual or experiment. They killed one of ours just before they left.
Nice. Sympathies. Sorry to hear that.
Wow.
This is the only way this path went, so unless there was another secret door, they would have headed this way.
Oh, secret doors. Well, we can start scouting around for those for sure.
Click Clack is still pushing on pieces
Mhm.
of rock and...
You just haven't found the right activation spot yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Mm-hmm.
He's looking for the glyph so he can punch it.
Make me an investigation check, I guess.
And here's where I roll my nat 20 for a useless throwaway roll. 10.
Can't find the glyph. You know that these doors activate via psychic glyph that spews
That
poison
requires
at you.
punching.
I mean, it doesn't require punching, it's just more fun that way.
Don't suppose any of you are particularly magically inclined might be able to
If I had known to change my spell, if I had thought, let me rephrase that. If I had thought to change my spells.
Maywin will raise a hand and speak aloud for the first time, very quietly. I don't have much in the way of magic, but I can detect the creature's presence.
That might be helpful.
Probably be damn helpful. Can you tell me where they're at right now?
She'll sort of close her eyes and I mean, most of you probably recognize the primal senses of a ranger. Well, we're all clear, but there's one maybe 90, 100 feet that way, and she'll point back towards where Click Clack and his group came from. I can sense there's quite a few in the area, but that's the clearest signal.
At this point, when they look back, he's found some vague, like semblance of a crease, like just where the rock got cut into a groove, and he's currently has his foot on the wall and is pulling at it with all of his strength.
Right. Click clack, what you got there, lad?
Door.
I'm gonna go check and see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I make a stone cutting check?
Yeah, stone cutting, so.
That's a 22.
You can see where there's a little bit of a crease halfway down the wall, but there's definitely no door here. It's just some rocks that overlap.
This is a normal rock strata. There's no door here. Click clack. It looks like a door, and I'll point out so he knows that I'm seeing what he's seeing.
Yeah.
But no, that's just how the sedimentary layers get morphed over time. It's a weak point, sure, but it's not going to go anywhere.
In Elven with a thick drow accent. Well, shit.
Yeah.
I feel like that could be Halistra's voice. I'm pretty sure she said that in front of him.
Probably.
Haven't heard that in a while. But yeah, we're going to have to look elsewhere.
All right.
So, yeah. Ragnar's going to just start looking for secret doors and/or glyphs.
Okay.
And
heading in any direction or just generally where you guys are?
Probably heading back the direction that Click Clack and they came from. And asking everybody else to assist as well.
All right.
Yep.
So all three of you are going to get advantage from assistance.
Sweet.
Make me investigation rolls.
I got a 7. Why do these dice
12.
even?
Investigation with advantage. 17.
17 might get us something.
Yeah. So you're heading back along, and none of you are finding much of anything for quite a while. All 7 of you are scouring. Eventually, you do find you do find something. You find a piece of the wall that looks like there's very thin but clear crease. It's very vertical, whole way down. And you can see like a small glyph by the side of it.
Ragnar, I think I might have found something.
Oh, let me have a look. Yeah, very good. Let me see what we can manage here.
Would the glyph count as an object?
Oh, whoops, that's
no,
not
it's part of the wall, or it's on the wall. So it depends on what you're looking for.
All right,
If
17
I wanted
plus
to cast Identify on it.
23 to see if he can figure out how this type of secret door works.
That would have been Arcana. Sorry.
Oh, never mind then.
With a 20-something, you can tell that Scott is correct about there being a door here.
Okay, sounds good.
But yeah, if you want to take the time to cast Identify or Ritual cast it, you can.
Yeah, she'll ask first if Ragnar thinks it's a good idea to spend 11 minutes.
I'd prefer to move a little quicker, but if that's the only thing you've got, tell us what's what. Other option
I don't
would
even
be...
know if it'll really work.
Well, this is a door. What's it made out of? Is this another stone one?
This is stone in the wall. Seems like it can be pushed aside, but it definitely seems locked by something. Click clack, you recognize this is the same kind of rune as you came through previously.
Ooh. I'm going to look for that glyph.
Yeah, it's easy enough to find if you know where it is.
Ragnar starts pulling out his mason's tools. I can try and cut us through this thing.
What's up with
And I just start pushing everybody back from the door.
Annabelle will laughingly make sure that everyone goes
She
back.
knows exactly what's about to happen.
Click clack. Don't do anything stupid, lad.
Big grin.
Oh dear.
I'm going to Arcana see if this is the same. Going to
Sure.
be the exact
This
same.
is the first time that I, as a player,
That should not be at
am
advantage.
genuinely disturbed by click clack. Because things with beaks should not be physically able to grin.
You don't
And
watch
yet-
enough anime. Ah.
So I'm guessing with a 13, I can't tell of whether it's the same or
With
not.
the 13, it's definitely the same basic thing, and you're sure it's attached to the door.
Okay. I look back. Everybody's far enough away.
Yeah, you assume it's a 5-foot radius, and you've gotten everyone out of that. The woman who came with Ragnar and Scott, Maywin, will... Are you entirely sure about this?
And he's sort of moving from one foot to the other, sort of like getting nimble, getting warmed up. Looks over. Look back, and I punch the glyph.
You get 5 to your
Dexterity
save.
save.
I'm within 10 feet, so...
Excellent.
You actually get the +5.
17.
17 will save.
Yay.
All right, and if this is then if it's damage related, I should take no damage
Okay. You
because
take
evasion.
no damage, but acid does spew from this thing and leave little marks.
Mm.
And he double birds the glyph.
And the heavy stone door seems to be detached now from its latch. Make me a strength check.
I'll help.
Okay. Then Ragnar, make me a strength check with assistance. It's probably
Strength
Yes.
check or athletics?
athletics. Sorry.
Okay. 26.
Yeah. The door shoves aside.
Shrunk. Well done. Well done indeed.
So you all re-enter the room, click-clack, that you guys were initially in.
Just from a different direction this time.
Yep. Let's see. It's sorry. I probably should have noted things a little better on the GM layer, but I had to remake this map. And Ragnar's Maywin. You all end up in that room. Just for the people who weren't there before, there's a barred cell with 2 ajar doors. What looks to be some sort of well with ritual markings on it and bright blue liquid glowing within it, and some sort of deep pit with a body in it.
Alright, well, all of y'all are fairly...
Motherfucker!
What's wrong?
So he points at himself and the other 3, and he points to the cage.
Ah, shit, we went in a circle. Or at least you did. Okay. Well.
Do y'all know what these things do in here?
The hunter will speak up. Sylvester will. From what I could see, it was some kind of experiment. They drowned her, and he gestures to the corpse that anyone who's looked over that pit can see is down inside. In that, points to the well, some sort of glowy, crazy magic shit happened, and then I don't know if it was not what they were looking for or right what they were looking for, because they threw her into that pit and...
Alright, well... Oh, that's an idea, though. Click-clack. Catch. And he flips out of his belt a pair of daggers to Click-clack. Just in case. Ragnar goes over to look at the pool.
That I assume, put them in the sheaths that I assume were left there.
You don't have any obvious weapons, but you kept anything you were wearing.
Took the weapons, kept the sheaths. Makes sense.
And Ragnar will pick up a rock and drop it into the glowy pool thing. See if anything happens.
With your hand, or just drop it from above?
Drop it from above. Yeah, he's not like dunking his fist in it yet.
Yeah. As you drop it, you're expecting the surface tension of whatever this is to splat and to go in, because it's clearly moving like liquid. However slightly it moves right now, but the rock just sort of floats on top. Doesn't even seem to submerge the little bit you'd expect something that floats on this liquid to.
Alright, well... And with his heavily gauntleted hand, he's going to try and just lightly brush the surface with his fingertip.
Does armor affect? Probably. So as you press on it with your armor, it feels like a solid surface. Like, that's visually not what you're seeing, but that's what you've experienced tactily. Yeah.
All right. He'll put a little extra pressure on then, just to like very gradually see. Yeah, no, is this solid? Is this solid? And if it starts to give at all, he is yanking
gauntlet, it feels solid.
Okay.
Or through your gauntlet, it feels solid. Sorry.
And then he very carefully yanks out a single beard hair and tries to dip that in.
Yeah, that'll just disappear within. It's a pretty opaque liquid. but it goes in just like it was about the consistency of water.
Right, similar viscosity to water. Right, and then he'll pull it out and see if it's changed at all.
Yeah. Now it's glowing blue. It's the same color of blue that rune looked that you previously got mind blasted by.
He'll shake it off, see if there's any spare liquid on it.
Anyone else standing up near her, Agnar?
Yes. Yeah, for
No.
sure.
Make me a dexterity save.
You get a plus
Okay.
5.
Yep. $21.
Click, clack, you kind of duck as a few spattered bits of the liquid fly by you. Yeah, some of it shakes off. The hair still seems
Blue and glowy.
glowing. Yeah. Doesn't seem to have fallen off, but excess seems to have splattered away.
He'll gently wave it around a little bit until he thinks it's dry.
Okay.
And then he'll look at Click Clack. You want to do this, or should I? And he'll step off to one side, take off his gauntlet, and touch it.
Okay. The instant that you touch it, Ragnar, you hear this sort of roaring sound of the ocean, almost like both of your ears got seashells clamped on them.
Okay.
It's almost overwhelming. Just for the half second before you pull your finger away, you notice that the liquid, your finger is now, it almost has a tattooed pattern where it's submerged in the water.
Oh no, I was touching the hair.
Color.
I was touching the hair. Yeah, no. Sorry.
Okay.
That's why I was stepping away, right.
All right. Yeah, you touch the hair. Seems like a hair to you. Same consistency as far as you can tell.
Okay. So yeah, but then after that, then he will go back and try and gently brush the surface with his bare fingertip now, so he hears the,
like I said,
right,
sound,
oceany bits and whatnot. Okay. Yeah. And then there's a mark on his finger now.
Yeah.
Alright, well, we're leaving that shit the fuck alone. How deep is this pit?
Maywin just sort of yelps and, steps back, her hands over her ears the second you start speaking.
And I try and, telepath at her. Can you still hear me? Are you alright?
Loud, very loud. And she doesn't seem to know quite if she's saying it aloud or telepathically. It comes out both ways at once. For the rest of you, it seems like Ragnar just said some words, and this ranger lady freaked out.
Okay. This seems bad.
He will try whispering as softly as possible. Make sure she stays away from the pit. Which he said, what he said was make sure she stays away from the pit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or the pool.
She's just
Sorry, the
backed
pool.
against the wall at the moment.
Did the whisper seem to elicit a similar response as before, or?
It seemed less significant, or she has adjusted more to it, but your volume seems to have some impact.
Okay. And then he's going to go look at the pit and see how deep that is.
About 35 feet down, there's a gnomish body in the bottom of it.
Ragnar's going to light a torch and throw it down.
Okay.
He's not aiming for the body. He's actually aiming a little off to the side and wants to see if there's any passages or anything that seem like they're out of the bottom of the pit.
Yeah, there does seem to be a part of the bottom of the pit where you can see the light reflecting past underneath where the ceiling is.
I'll go over.
He'll start unstrapping his rope.
Okay.
There's a channel out down there. So, might be worth exploring.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. Yeah, I can try to climb down.
Okay.
He glances over at the other three. Amabel, you look like you're fairly decent with a blade. Am I right?
Blade, fists, whatever.
What about the other two of you? What are you good at?
They'll look to each other. Fuck. And as I try and check their character sheets, roll 20 decides that's the best time to crash.
Yep. Generally.
Sylvester will say, I can fight with nearly any weapon. Zhao is... And they'll both look to each other, and Zhao will... Don't worry about me. Weapon's not gonna help any.
Fair enough. And I give Amabel my +1 vicious great axe and Sylvester my greatsword.
Okay.
Oh man.
This
can only end well.
I want these people to... Yeah. Well, you know.
This won't come back to bite us at all.
Nope.
I love Conquest Paladins so much.
Who? The Walking Armory?
They utilize the NPCs.
Yeah.
No point in having an army if you're not going to use them. All right. And he'll hold the rope and let Ska climb down first.
And Ska will go down.
Maywin at this point seems to still be sort of holding her ears. All right. Okay. She'll look to the pond. What is that?
Stay back away from it. I don't think it'll agree with you. I have no idea if these whispers are actually coming through on my mic.
I would recommend
very
saying
soft.
I
Right,
whisper,
yeah. Okay. So I
but
whisper,
I did hear that
stay back away from it. I don't think it's going to agree with you.
Yeah. Whatever weapons they're mustering, I need to report back. And yeah, it's gotta make me athletics.
All right.
Do I need to make one as well since
Natural
I'm
one.
literally holding the rope?
Yeah, if you're not planning on like using your climbing supplies to pound it in or anything, make me an athletics to hold it successfully.
Holy shit. This is amazing. I am so happy.
We both got a nat one. Oh my god.
Give me a second to
I
look
fall
up
to the
a-
ground, and the rope comes with me.
And Ragnar with the rope.
Yeah, I think you're both gonna fall in with the rope with
Fuck
that.
yes!
Scott and
Wait.
Ragnar, very much these muscly people, very much prepared for this. Ragnar's like got his feet in the right places. Scott,
Hold on.
you. Oh.
I reach out to try and grab.
Yeah. At which point, both of them sort of pause. Click, clack, make me an athletics roll, I guess.
Please also roll a natural one.
I am so hoping for this.
Come on, come on.
Oh my god.
21!
And you yank the rope a little too hard. Both of them sort of lose their balance and spiral into the thing.
At least I got the rope.
Rope's fine, yeah.
Rope don't give a shit.
I was gonna say, does Ragnar fall on top of me?
Okay.
Try to fall on top of him, get crushed by a dwarf.
And given those were natural ones, the falling damage is just going to be a little more.
Of course it is.
You each take 18 points of bludgeoning damage
Ow.
as you land hard on your backs.
Yep, that's a thing that'll happen.
Hear a little bit of a squirt.
I can't math today. Hold on.
Neither can I for some reason.
As a reminder, on your character tokens, you can put minus this number of damage.
I forgot I had
Oh
a
yeah,
token.
that's right. I always forget to do that. Okay. Oh yeah, no,
I
I'm
was
at
like, I forgot I had a token now. Minus, what was it? 18?
18. Yep.
Okay.
Ragnar's just swearing, son of a motherfucking bitch tent!
Scott's probably swearing as well, but in giant.
Mostly recovered seems to flinch as you yell.
Scott will also be yelling swears like that, but in giant.
Okay.
Because that's just her reflex.
All right. Click clack, you've got the rope.
I'm going to try and lower the rope.
Okay. Maybell will walk over and hand you a few pistons.
Thumbs up. Do I necessarily know what to do with them?
I mean,
I
they're
have these tools. I've got.
I mean,
I actually have.
most packs come with
Yeah.
that.
Okay. So yes. I think.
Yeah.
Drop it down. Wave.
Yep.
Well, we're at the bottom. That's where we wanted to be.
not how we wanted to get there.
No, not at all.
All right. Click clack, make me an athletics to climb down.
Okay. 24.
Yeah, you climb down easy enough.
Whee! Spinning around the.
Mm-hmm. Those of you who are down at the bottom, so all of you make me investigations real quick.
Okay. 5.
13.
Investigations. That. 3.
Ragnar and Sky, you're still hurting. Click clack, you notice off to one side your bag and an assortment of a few different things, some rations and weapons in another bag. Off. Just seems to have also been thrown down here.
Okay. Is it just my bag or like my weapons and shit too?
Anything you had on you that would have been taken off,
Okay.
you get back.
So Ragnar gets a couple knives
Cool.
gently lobbed in his direction.
Scott is going to take a
Okay.
healing potion
Okay.
because, ow. And of course, worst rolls ever. I get 5 back.
Not quite the worst, but Very worst adjacent.
Slowly, the rest of the NPCs head down with Zhao going last. She'll just detach the rope and jump down, seeming to glide without much effort.
I don't trust her.
You don't trust hardly anybody.
It's very true. And the people she does trust, maybe she shouldn't.
Click clack, make me a history check if you're looking at the stuff that was over by your bag.
Oh yeah, for sure. 5.
There's a short sword in the package that it strikes you as a little weird. There's clearly some sort of symbol on the hilt, but you don't recognize the heraldry significance of it.
Okay.
You know that it probably is shiny and valuable, essentially, but
Just for grins, I'm going to examine it and make an Arcana roll.
sure.
11.
Um,
This is definitely a sword.
yeah, with an 11, you can tell it's definitely a magic sword, but
Ooh.
that's about it.
Well, if we have
And
11
just common
minutes,
sense inference, you can tell that this stuff likely belonged to the other people with you.
Right.
It's a short sword.
Do any of the 4 of them claim it?
Yeah, as they well, unless Click Clack hides it.
He's seriously thinking about it right now. It is shiny. You know what? No.
Okay.
He's gonna.
When they end up down there, Sylvester will mind if I have that back.
Yeah.
He'll take it.
I stab him with it. No, I'm kidding.
When he holds it, it very briefly, glows for a second before going back to looking like a normal sword.
Click Clack's pranks get mean.
You know, I'm never sure with this group if you're serious when you say I stabbed the NPC.
That's why I always make sure to say no, I'm kidding after the fact.
Alright, can I look and see if there's a way out now that we've gotten down here and the rope is no longer connected to get us back out easily?
Sure. And Ragnar, Sylvester will hand you back your longsword.
Cool.
Yeah, there's, as Ragnar spotted before with his torch, there is a cavern that seems to move from here.
Okay. Well, are we going to try and stealth down and hope that there's nothing waiting to eat us?
Cool.
Okay. Put the hood up on my cloak and start to stealth.
I do the opposite of putting the hood up on a cloak of elven kind. That's a 10.
All right. Anyone else who's stealthing, make me a stealth roll.
I will stealth.
I'm still
The dice
sneakier
hate
than
me today.
Ska.
24.
With advantage, I got a 9. That's just what the. Oh.
All right. So, with our party stealthing along, I'm
Ish.
kidding. The Clack is stealthing. Down this hallway at the bottom of the pit. That's where we're gonna end for the night.
All right.
Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.